Good morning, everybody. I was just getting my coffee. Oh my gosh, happy Halloween. I hope everybody has lots and lots and lots of fun plans today if you didn't already have fun plans this weekend. I am definitely running a little, but you know what? We got this. We got this. I got a fun topic for you. This is actually the final in the series of the gut immune connection. And I thought this was really crucial, more because so many of us hit the holidays, we hit Halloween, and now we've got all this candy. Like, I mean, seriously, the amount of candy that these toddlers got this weekend is insane. It is ridiculous. First of all, we don't eat candy in the house. If we don't buy it, we don't eat it. That's kind of the general rule. Plus, they're 28 months. They haven't even hit 2.5 yet. Like, officially have not hit 2.5 yet. And here these people are just like dumping handfuls of candy into their bags. I obviously have not been trick-or-treating in a very, very, very long time. Um, because if I had been, I think I would have been a little bit more prepared. We went to some trunk and treats this weekend. You guys, like, I mean, holy, holy cannoli. Um, yeah, out there. All right. I got Facebook up. We got YouTube up. All right, we are good. So today what we are going to go through are the top 10 tips to not only maintain your gut, but to continue healing it. If you are sitting here talking to me today, you might either be in a position where you're just starting to heal your gut and you're looking at timing and going, oh my gosh, but we only have a couple more weeks before Thanksgiving. And then the holidays hit. There are more than 14 holidays between now and the end of the year. So we're all celebrating different things over this time frame. 88% of Americans actually say that this is the most stressful time of year. And the biggest reason why is not only finances, time, weight, health, and diet. There is no reason to gain weight, worry about gaining weight, worrying about bloat, worrying about everything else between now and the end of the year. You actually can put steps together to help you with all of this. My voice is a little raspy today. We'll see how this is gonna go. I have definitely been dealing with some allergies. This is the time of year when cedar season in Texas starts to kind of kick up. So between that and the seasonal changes that we've been going through, my my voice is just like, what are you doing? So anyway, if I get a little too raspy, we'll deal with it, but just heads up, that's what's up. So we have hit the most stressful time of year. Today being the most sugary time of year, which is part of the reason I thought it was perfect to have this discussion today. Okay. Of all days, today is just it's ideal if you really think about it. So let's talk about why you and I are even having this discussion. First of all, I am pretty sure you're listening to me thinking, okay, well, so we're talking about this. Can you tell me how to avoid gaining weight? How do I avoid a bloat? How do I avoid all this progress that I've had going right out the window? It's not as difficult as it sounds. It does take, especially that first year after you start healing, or if you're just starting to heal your journey, your gut and your health, um, it can feel like an overwhelming challenge. And it really isn't, or let me rephrase that. It doesn't have to be as overwhelming and challenging as it can feel. Let me put it that way. Okay. There's this fear that all the progress that you made is going to go away in one day or one meal. All right. There's the fear that that one meal is going to cause you to gain weight that you now hold on to and it never goes away. There's a fear that you can't enjoy the holidays whatever you celebrate, that you can't enjoy it because now you have to focus so much on this thing that you may have started 6 months ago or need to start this week, right? And I'm telling you that's not the case. And here's why. If you put a couple of things into place and you give yourself a little bit of grace throughout the next 6 to 8 weeks, we're going to say 8 weeks because now through the end of the year, by the time you hit January 1st, now depending on what you do for New Year's Eve, this could be a little bit different. So let's say January 2nd. Let's say January 2nd for you party goers out there. Let's say January 2nd. So by the time you hit January 2nd, you're sitting there in a healthier place versus reversing back to where you were before you even started healing your health and healing yourself. Now, we've already discussed the fact that your gut and your immune system are intertwined. So as we go through this talk today, as you and I chat, I'm only going to say gut. I'm not going to say gut and immunity, because that's going to get a little annoying and a little bit repetitive. All right. So we've also talked about the impact of macros and the impact of micros and how you should focus on each of those independently, just on an everyday average circle. If you've missed those videos, they're below. We talked about the actual connection between your gut and your immune system and how to improve that. All of those still apply. What we're going to talk about today are 10 tips to help you maintain through this holiday so that your brain doesn't start giving you this fear mentality. It doesn't take you into a fear mentality. It doesn't take you into that mentality of, giving up or feeling like anything that you're doing is a waste of time. It is not a waste of time. The very first thing I'm going to tell you to do, and this is not on my list, but the very first thing I'm going to tell you to do, have fun. Because one day, one meal out of an entire year is literally just that. If you are working your healthy habits, if you are not working, if you're practicing your healthier habits, if you start a gut health this week, it gives you 3 weeks before we hit Thanksgiving. At that 3-week time frame, your body has already started reversing and is on almost the complete flip side of where you were the day you started. Does that mean you can't start the week of Thanksgiving? No. It means it's one meal on one day. That one meal on one day isn't going to make such a significant difference that it reverses everything else that you do. It's not gonna, it doesn't work like that. That one meal of one day, if you like all of the stuff that comes with Thanksgiving, enjoy it. If you like all of the stuff that comes with any of these holidays, enjoy it. One meal, one day. And then what you do is you go right back to where you were the day before. Now, there's a couple of things that we can do, obviously, to overcome that. And what we're going to talk about next week is specific strategies the day before, the day of, and the day after holiday celebrations, gatherings, things like that, to help you stay on track. This week, we're just going through some 10 tips. It's Halloween. You guys want to go have fun. If you're working, I know you want to get out of work and go have fun. So let's get into it. Okay. So top 10, and this is a lot, but we are going to go through top 10. The very first one is avoid sugar in excess. I know, Halloween, and I'm telling you to avoid sugar. Serious. So sugar, added sugar, can hinder white blood cell count production and functionality. Okay. If you avoid sugar in excess, meaning indulge a little bit today, don't indulge tomorrow. Okay. Don't go overboard with the pumpkin pie. Don't have the entire pie. Have a slice of pie. If you have 2 slices of pie, okay. Go back to healthy the next day. Make sense? So sugar I always say sugar is not as evil as it sounds. There's a way that sugar can be incorporated into a healthy lifestyle without hindering any progress, without destroying your health. It's a minimal aspect of it. You want to be aware of it, especially if you have a lot of gatherings, a lot of celebrations during this season, mainly because the more frequently you have sugar, the less your body feels harmed. Does that make sense? So your body starts working against you instead of working with you, which part of a health reset, whether it's for gut health or overall well-being or any other reason, what it does is it puts you in this place where 3.5 weeks later, your brain is now helping you instead of working against you. And if you haven't watched any of the videos, my videos in the past, here's what that means. And we're going to keep it really simple for today. You go and you train a dog, right? Train the dog to sit. My dog's a little weird. That lab has never laid down, but she can sit, right? So you teach a dog to sit, and it takes a couple of weeks. For a stubborn lab like Kinsey, it takes a couple of weeks. But once she gets it, she always gets it. And the minute you go like this, just that action, she knows you're going to ask her to sit. Our brains work the same way. The minute you go to a restaurant to order food, your brain, or you think about what you're going to eat at home, what you're going to make, your brain automatically starts going through the dishes that it could have. Do you have anything prepared? Is there food in the fridge that can make whatever dish your brain decides it needs? And now with cravings, if you look back at some of our craving discussions, cravings tell you what you actually need, right? So your brain decides what it wants, and it goes through this running list as you're trying to figure out what to eat based on what it feels like it needs and what it feels like you have available to it. And as you go through those resets, you're training your brain to trigger healthier thoughts, healthier signals. So when you're looking at sugar in excess, or when you're looking at sugar, that's why I'm saying in excess, because it's the holiday season. There are sweet treats everywhere. Peppermint mocha right here. Yes, I do dairy free, but I still have my peppermint mocha, you guys. I still do it. I still have my adult cocktails that I like during this season. I just don't go overboard. And if I do, I know that there are things that I can do immediately afterward that will get me right back into healthy, and I won't stay there. The goal this season is to not stay stuck. Okay? Enjoy. Let's move on. And when I say enjoy, I mean fully, completely enjoy it. Enjoy the time you have with your family and friends. Enjoy the time you have with, meals or celebrations or whatever the case may be. Toasting, you got it. That's where our number 2 tip comes in. Everything in moderation. When you go through a Thanksgiving meal, for instance, now I celebrate Thanksgiving, I celebrate Christmas. So for those of you out there that celebrate any other holiday, I'm merely using these as an example because I simply don't know anything else. Um, I would love it if you would comment and let us know what meals you enjoy during your holidays. What holidays do you celebrate? So that the people who are listening from other countries, because I'm actually an international nutritionist, I have people listening all over the world. So I would dearly love to hear what your holidays are and what holiday foods you enjoy. As far as me and here, Thanksgiving, you can walk up to the table and all of a sudden you're loading your table with everything, right? And you've got this big monster plate in front of you. Take it back, dial it back, have a little of everything, and then go back for seconds of your favorites. And if your favorites are a little of everything, go back and do a little bit of everything again. Taking your time to walk through these steps it promotes, how do I want to say this? It boosts the pleasure sensors in your brain. So instead of just overindulging once and having your favorite foods and holiday meals all in one fell swoop, now you get to enjoy it a second time. And if you're still hungry after that, go back for thirds. One day, one meal, remember? What this allows you to do is to really, A, taste your food, and really enjoy the foods that you love versus, oh my God, this is amazing. And then afterwards, you're left with whatever the last thing that you ate in your mouth, right? Your brain only remembers the indulgence, it doesn't remember the food. So taking your time, dialing back the serving sizes, and going back for second and thirds actually helps you enjoy your food more thoroughly and helps your body digest a little bit better. And a third benefit of eating in moderation, when you eat this slowly, what happens is you feel fuller sooner. You feel fuller the way you should. When you indulge like that, you're not giving your leptin and your ghrelin enough time to work. Those are your hunger and satiation. You're not giving it time to work. So when you shrink your serving sizes and you go back for second and thirds, now what's happening is you're able to give those hormones, those enzymes, a chance to work. And that will get you feeling satisfied versus overfull. Now, overfull means sleepy, tired. Your blood sugar is going to spike because your brain is going, oh my God, we have so much food in our body. We have to metabolize it and digest it quick, quick, quick. That's what happens. Now, if you do overindulge, simple trick, if you feel like a bloated whale, you know what I'm talking about. Lemon water. Sip lemon water. Do not drink, sip. Make it strong. It helps digest. Okay. A digestive enzyme will do the same exact trick. Quick and easy is just strong lemon water into your belly. If you are not in a place where you can make lemon water, grab a slice of lemon and suck on it. It does the trick too. Follow with a little water just because, lemons are pretty sour. All right. So now, third tip, hydrate. Keep hydrated. One of the number one health concerns I see during the holidays is people aren't staying hydrated. They're not hydrating themselves. They're not drinking water. Now, when the weather starts getting colder, it's very difficult to drink water. You can get it multiple different ways. So if you're in a cold area, hot water. Your water doesn't have to be cold. It can be room temp. It can be hot. You can have herbal tisanes all day long. It's not black tea, green tea, or white tea. It's not well, some of them will be diuretics. But for the most part, herbal tisanes do not dehydrate yourself or dehydrate you. They actually just put helpful herbs within your system to help your body maintain healthy processes. So things like peppermint tea, lemon balm is a good one. You can get a berry blend now. So it's basically your raspberry, your hibiscus, your blackberry. I mean, there's all sorts of teas out there that you can do. So you can have a nice warm cup versus something that's cold. You're still staying hydrated. You need the same amount of water. If you aren't hydrated, your body can't function well. It's just how it goes. All right. And number 4, start your day with a green smoothie. Again, this doesn't have to be cold. We're in cold season. Here's a little trick. Make some vegetable soup. All right. Just go with me here. Make some vegetable soup. Either use a blender or an immersion blender and puree it. Divide it up. And now you have a green smoothie every single morning. If you need a recipe for a vegetable soup, I just put a minestrone soup up last month. I've got a butternut squash one up there. I'm going to do tomato soup this month. That's what's coming out in tomorrow's meal plan, which is absolutely delicious. And one of the things that you can do with the tomato soup is you can add red bell peppers. You can add pureed spinach. I don't know about kale, but I'm pretty sure it will work the same way. And Swiss chard, where you're blending it all up. And now instead of just having tomato soup, now you have a green smoothie. So if you start your day with a green smoothie, you start your day with that infusion of micronutrients and fiber, your body is going to want to eat in moderation throughout the day. It doesn't mean you're not going to want to indulge in the sweet treats. What it means is that your body's not going to want to overdo it. It's going to want to allow you the enjoyment without getting the excesses. And if you notice the trend here, excess is the harmful ingredient. Okay. Excess in excess. So meaning you can indulge in a day and then go back the next day. All good. So excess and excess. All right. Green smoothie is probably the number one tip I can start for you. And yes, I know normally I would tell you have your lemon ginger tea, have your lemon water, have something first thing in the morning. If that is your habit, please continue that. If it is not your habit, starting your day with a green smoothie is an excellent boost to your day. It's going to boost your immune system. It's going to boost your energy. It's going to help your body get the signal that today is all about the micronutrients and yay, buddy. Now what you have is this infusion of micronutrients, and that infusion of micronutrients is helping you stay healthy throughout the day. So that if you are indulging during a celebration, it doesn't make you feel as ick. Does that make sense? Like if you ever overindulge and you just feel like a lump on a log, like you feel like you can't move. It helps manage that. It helps your body metabolize and digest and actually process everything coming into your system. So snag that green smoothie first thing in the morning, prep it beforehand. You do not have to make it the morning of. Prep it beforehand, put it in the fridge, heat it up, make sure the smoothie container can be heated up in the microwave, you guys. I had someone absentmindedly use a Yeti cup and blew up their microwave. Like not literally blew up, but you know what I mean. It totally fried their microwave. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure you have it in a microwave safe container before you heat it up. But it can be hot, it can be cold, personal preference. All right. Number 5. I'm partly using this list to keep me on track with my numbers. Number 5 is get outside. Earthing, vitamin D from the sun, all of it, oxygen that you can get into your body. Winter keeps us so stagnated inside, especially in those cold areas. And I have to tell you guys that crisp, cold air, it is amazing for respiratory conditions. So get out there. 15 minutes, you don't need a lot of time. So if you're going in and out of buildings all day, you got it. All right. Just get outside. Bottom line. Sleep, rest, make sure you are getting enough rest. Make sure that if you are having a weekend where you're celebrating, that you leave some time to relax in the week that comes up. Okay. Don't book yourself back to 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 back all season long. You will end this season exhausted, wiped out, and having to go back to starting a reset versus healthily maintaining and enjoying every single minute. Because you and I both know when you get to the end of that back to back to back to back, you're no longer enjoying things. You're just going through the motion. Life's too damn short. Don't do that. All right. Exercise. Moving for at least 15 minutes at a time actually releases endorphins. So if you're going to a party and there's music, 15 minutes a dance. You don't have to be all energetic and know your moves and get that like raise the roof. I don't think we do raise the roof anymore. Whatever the case may be, dance for 15, 20 minutes. That's okay. You don't have to like get into work clothes and then go for a walk or get into work clothes and go do a strength workout. You don't have to do any of that. Exercise for at least 15 minutes a day. Kick up those endorphins. Use them to your benefit. Brain games, y'all. 15 minutes plus. Endorphins. Get them rolling. Use your herbal teas and tinctures. Now, there are flavors of this season. We are in number 8. All right. 7 was exercise. 8 is herbal teas and tinctures. Remember, I was talking about hydrating and using these to hydrate yourself? There are flavors this season that actually help as antioxidants. They're anti-inflammatories, they're antibacterial, antiviral. They are amazing helpers for our gut and our immune system. Plus, if you're drinking them, then now you're helping your body stay hydrated. Benny. All right, so here are my top 6 of them. All right, we've got cinnamon, we got peppermint, because y'all know I like my mints, ginger, lemon, duh. And then we have licorice and cardamom. Now, licorice, I'm not so much of a fan of, but licorice tea, especially English licorice tea, oh, you guys, the benefits to your body are phenomenal. All right. If you like the flavor of licorice, look for English licorice tea. I will try and find a link for it and put it inside the show notes, because there's a specific, so licorice tea in general, yes, very healthy. I no question about it. But English licorice is the same benefits of licorice quadruple. Now, licorice is very helpful for your gut as well as your immune system. All these mints, these strong, pungent spices, the cinnamon, the cardamom, nutmeg, star anise. What is? I'm trying to think of the other one. I don't know why I'm blanking on the other one. You guys know what I'm talking about. All the ones, all the flavors that we see in our pies, in our breads, all of these pungent flavors. Turmeric is another one for this season. Those pungent flavors actually are pungent for a reason. They're pungent. They're winter herbs that help our body cleanse itself daily, help our body boost its immune system daily, helps to metabolize healthy fibers and micronutrients so that they're in a much more absorbable, usable form. So go get some cinnamon tea. Go have your peppermint mocha, because dark chocolate, magnesium, helps with your sleep, helps with your rest, helps your brain health. So peppermint, dark chocolate. Serious, guys. Go have at it. All right. Last 2. Eat plenty of immune boosting foods. Now, as we've talked about the last couple of weeks, anything that's going to boost your immune system is going to also help the health and overall well-being of your gut. All right. It will help heal your gut in addition to boosting your immune system. All right. Just as a reminder, quick list: dark leafy greens, cruciferous foods, fermented foods, things like sauerkraut are really popular right now. Kombucha, kefir, brined olives, things of that nature. The vinegar, apple cider vinegar, I mean, that's in a lot of things too. So apple cider, hot apple cider can be just as beneficial depending on how it's made. Just make sure there's not a lot of added sweetener in it. But hot apple cider during fall season, to me, you guys, that's home. Eat foods that have a high volume of vitamin C, kick up those B vitamins, make sure your vitamin D is on point, and enjoy your pre and probiotic foods as well. So, again, dark leafy greens, berries, squashes, any of your vegetables, your fruits for this season, pears, apples, papayas, the tropical fruits of this season. I think even pineapple in some areas. Don't quote me on that. All right, so very last one, and I left this for last because it is one of the most crucial, is stress management. Everything we've talked about up to this point leads you into stress management, right? It will help you manage your stress. You want to make sure that no matter what, every single day you're taking at least 5 to 10 minutes for stress management. I'm not asking you to add anything more to your day. I'm literally asking for a good 5 to 10 minutes where you just sit and breathe. And if you have to do it on the toilet, by all means, do it on the toilet. But take the time to allow yourself to breathe. Don't get so caught up in the rush of the holiday season and all the hype and the energy of the holiday season that you lose track of you. Remember that go, 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 go. Every day, take a few minutes to just breathe. And if you're like me and that's a really difficult activity, I usually will do something like I'll do yoga, I'll do Tai Chi, Qigong. I will walk for about 5 minutes or so. I'll sit and read something, or I'll sit and write something. Just get whatever's in my head that is on a cyclical cycle, is on a loop, I just sit and I write it down and I get it out of my head. And really all you're looking for is a good 5 to 10 minutes of quiet and serenity. That's it. All right. That actually will help your stress management. It allows your gut and your immune system to kind of catch up, and it just gives you a deep moment to look at for your body to just go, you need that when life gets busy and chaotic. And these holiday seasons can be very, very chaotic and stressful. Ooh, just like that. That's it. They're doing this practice at the kids' school where they're teaching them to sniff the flowers and blow out the candles. And it is the coolest thing to see my husband help our boys when they hit those like chaotic brain moments and they're starting to melt down, have them sniff the flowers and blow out the candles. Because I can visually see not just Brian relaxing, not just the toddler relaxing, every creature in the room. If the dogs are there, you see them visually relax. Oxygen is kind of one of the cores of our existence, right? It's why I'm telling you to go outside. That breathing, that just stop. It gives everything else a chance to catch up. Imagine that you're just running through something and you've got this long line of little tots following you, right? And you're pulling and you're full force and they're just trying to catch up, trying to catch up, trying to catch up, right? And then you take a minute to just stop. It gives them a chance to catch up. And now you're all equal again. It's exactly what you're doing with your body, is you're getting back to equal. All right. Next week, we are talking about stress management through holiday dishes, how you can use the food that you eat, the things that you enjoy to help you with stress management. I am harping on stress management this holiday season because it is the number one thing that people say hinders their enjoyment of the season. It's not that they have to adjust a diet or they can't eat this or they can't eat that. It's the stress. So we're going to keep going with this. Next week, we're going to talk about how you can use food to manage your stress. And I promise I won't harp on breathing, not next week at least. All right, you guys, I hope you all have a absolutely wonderful holiday. Enjoy Halloween, whatever you are doing. Be safe. I will chat with y'all next week. Bye, guys.